Hi, welcome back to HullaBOWLoo's online virtual auction. I'm Mercedes Bartow. I'm a member of the board of directors here at the Chattanooga Area Food Bank. Oh, you were expecting James, weren't you? Well, to be honest, I had to come by and see these items for myself. Such fabulous pieces of art that we have to share with you. I wish that you could see these here in person. They're super impressive. This one to my right by Aaron Chapin would make the perfect statement piece in your kitchen. I also love this piece by Meg Aiken, The Last Egg to Fry. It's just wonderful, the commitment from our community and all of the artists. All of these were specially created just for our auction, and I wanted to come share them with you. Now, if we had been here in person together, you would have seen the Tri-State Wood Turners creating some beautiful pieces. Instead, they have donated so many gorgeous items that we can share with you tonight. These hand-turned bowls, they're fabulous. If you visited the Four Bridges Art Festival this past weekend, you saw things going for hundreds of dollars. So I have to challenge you, make sure you bid early and often. Share this with your friends. Go to the chatfoodbank.org website and you'll find a link to the HullaBOWLoo virtual online auction. It's just so much fun to be here in person at the food bank in the warehouse now, surrounded by all this gorgeous art. But I must hand you over now to the one and only Pedro for a fabulous corny joke. You know, he's probably going to make a great dad someday. Pedro is the agency relations manager responsible for 9 counties in Northwest Georgia. Take it away.
Where does the broccoli go for a few drinks? The salad bar.
Welcome back. Well, Pedro, I have to say, you really know how to put the cheese in cheesy there. Good one. So it just instantly warmed my heart like ramen noodles. Maybe I have a future here. Anyway, on to something that you would have enjoyed in person if we had been able to join together here at the food bank this year for HullaBOWLoo, a fabulous act. You're about to enjoy Isaac White and Haley Settles as they perform Jackson.
Hey guys, my name is Haley Settles and this is Isaac White.
And we just want to say thank you to Chattanooga Food Bank for having us out here. We're going to play Jackson for you by Johnny Cash and June Carter. So here we go. I hope you like it.
We got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. I'm going to Jackson, gonna mess around. Yeah, I'm going to Jackson. Got Jackson's down. We'll go on down to Jackson. Go ahead and wreck your hell. Go play your hand, you big talking man, and make a big fool of yourself. Yeah, go to Jackson. Go comb your hair.
Honey, I'm a snowball to Jackson.
See if I can.
Well, when I breeze into that city, people gonna stoop and bow.
Ha!
All them women gonna make me teach 'em what they don't know how. 'Cause I'm going to Jackson. Turn loose in my coat. Yeah, I'm going to Jackson.
Goodbye, that's all she wrote. But they'll laugh at you in Jackson. I'll be dancing on a pony keg. They'll lead you round town like a scalded hound with your tail tucked between your legs. Yeah, go to Jackson, you big talking man, and I'll be waiting in Jackson behind my J-Pen fan. We got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper ever since the fire went out.
Thank you so much, Isaac and Haley. We loved hearing that performance. You're so talented. And to contribute your time to the food bank, we really appreciate it. All right, let's talk about Northwest Georgia and the 9 counties that we serve, together with the help of 100 partner agencies. Did you know that we have a warehouse in Dalton to serve the Northwest Georgia area? I'm so pleased now to introduce to you my fellow board member, Matt Evans. He's a leader of the Rockbridge Community Church. We listened in on a conversation he had recently with David Aft, who is the leader of the Community Foundation in Northwest Georgia, also a longtime supporter. So listen with us as they discuss how the Chattanooga Area Food Bank is working to solve hunger in one of our neediest areas.
Well, Matt, it's good to see you. I see you at more Zoom meetings and across the way at local restaurants. Look forward to catching up. But today, I'm so honored to talk about the food bank. The Chattanooga Food Bank has been part of a lot of successful community-based strategies. They do a great job, and I'm pleased to be able to share my story about the food bank and hope to hear yours.
Right. Yeah, I could talk for a long time about the Chattanooga Area Food Bank and sort of grateful for the partnership that we have enjoyed with them for many, many years. And it's a great organization. So, yeah, I look forward to talking with you, David, and good to see you here.
And I was thinking about this interview this morning, and I remembered it was 2008, probably the spring of 2009, and the Great Recession had really had a dramatic impact on this area. The director of the food bank at that time picked up the phone, called me, and the calls I get as a community foundation president often involve people looking for money. But this call didn't begin that way. It began with, we understand that there are people in Northwest Georgia hurting, and we want to help. And so to reach out to a whole new geography, not because it offered an opportunity for fundraising, but offered an opportunity to help people, hungry people, I was blown away. They wanted to put a satellite office in Northwest Georgia and re-understand what food banking meant to this region. At the end of the deal, I was part of a team of people who helped the Chattanooga Food Bank do what I will still say in my 20 years here as one of the most aggressively humanitarian outreaches we've ever seen. So absolutely wonderful. So I know at Rockbridge, your day job when you're not a community food bank board member, but you guys, what do you look for when you invest in a partner that's going to help you accomplish a humanitarian goal?
Right. Well, I love the concept of partnership, and our church has historically realized that we're not good at everything, and we look for agencies who are great agencies with the right heart, the right vision, the right values, the right leadership, and wherewithal on certain issues that we can come alongside and partner together and create what I would like to just say is synergy, where 2 + 2 is greater than 4. And that's really been our experience with the food bank and how we work with them, is we can do certain things in terms of volunteers and financially, and our heart and our compassion and our desire to be for our communities. But the food bank brings in the wherewithal of food and distribution and how to access food cheaply and effectively and efficiently. And then the second thing I would simply just unequivocally, the Chattanooga Area Food Bank is probably the best led nonprofit that I know of in our region. And I don't say that lightly. It's just very impressive from the expectations of the board, the leadership, the staff, both their commitment to the mission of the food bank, but then their capacity to actually live that out and execute that mission on a daily basis. It's just top notch.
I think you make a critical point there. The critical point is, why do people support charitable organizations? And in my career and all the research I've ever done, and the reasons are multiple, but the top 2 is a belief in the mission. Do I stay committed or give money or invest in organizations that are meeting needs that I want to see met? What work do I want to see? In this case, helping hungry families eat. At the end of the day, That's an important thing. But the second thing is, how capably can the organization execute on that mission? So, the positioning of the Chattanooga Food Bank, the fact that they can bring that to a donor who wants to make a difference in the food and hunger insecurity space. Food banking is one of those things that's been fun to watch evolve, because people go, well, what do they really do? How are they different from these soup kitchens or these rescue missions or the Salvation Army? And what I told people is, I said, the food bank is a wholesale organization. It helps those with food get it to those who can make the best use of it. And it's a simple equation. Helping hungry people eat is not complicated. But what you don't see is this huge movement of millions of pounds of food into Northwest Georgia from all around the country is a Herculean logistical challenge. And when you talk about you want a partner that can execute, all that stuff that we never see is done flawlessly. And that doesn't always happen, but we've got that with the Chattanooga Food Bank.
But I think also for us, as a nonprofit, as a church, we're a volunteer-driven organization. And so when we mobilize people to go serve something their heart longs to do, we want them to have what we call a great volunteer experience. And all of our volunteers, whether they participate in the sack or snack packs for kids to take home on the weekends if they're food insecure, or when we do our food drops through a Title I school or the Senior Citizen Center in Murray County, for example, every one of our volunteers comes away having had a great experience because it's organized, the mission is clear, and the ability to connect the dots between what's going on in their heart and what's coming out of their hands and their mouth and their experience is just exceptional. So both on the financial side and then the volunteer side, which you put all those two things together, we do what the food bank's mission is, and we meet needs in the community. And so that's just been really great for our folks that participate in the various expressions that the partnership with the food bank allows.
It warms my heart to hear that, because as somebody who spent most of my career in organizations that involve volunteers, it's elusive. And the food bank's done a good job. You use the phrase connect the dots. I think they connect the people to the results. The conversation has to be bigger than just how do we get food to people who are hungry. If we do it real well, that's great. We're effective in doing that. But we also hide the problem more effectively. The food bank took a leadership role at the very beginning of the COVID response last year, and they had a very intelligent approach to understanding what that was, because hunger was not new at that time. As we adapted and got past the initial quarantines and so forth, the number of hungry people came back down, but it is still higher than pre-pandemic levels. And so we've done a good job feeding people, but the danger is that in doing that good job, we have failed to keep people aware of just how desperate the hunger situation is. And I think that's the challenge we're going to have to do. At the end of the day, your church, your volunteers, your financial donations, you're looking for an accountable partner to get the job done. And the Chattanooga Food Bank has been great. I think they've been great in the Chattanooga market, but I think they've been even better in Northwest Georgia, because they were fairly well established in the Chattanooga market. When they came into Northwest Georgia, they were not very well known. And Northwest Georgia is not one big community; it's many small communities. And so when a company that wants to sell a product nationally, they're looking for a logistics partner. There are great trucking companies that will come in and say, "We got this." When you reach out to the community food bank, in Chattanooga, and they say, "We got it, Northwest Georgia," I believe them.
Yeah, I can't say it any better than that, David. We're a proud partner, and I think my board term ends here this summer, but it's been great to see a little bit of the behind the scenes work of the food bank, and it all fits together. What we see out in public is what's being talked about internally, and how do we do it better? How do we meet this next need more effectively, more efficiently? How do we mobilize more people, and how do we close the gap? We talk about the hunger gap. How do we make that gap smaller and smaller and smaller in a relief way, but also in a life-changing way? So I'm just a proud partner, just so grateful that our paths crossed several years ago when we were trying to figure out how do we get involved more as a church and as individual citizens in some of the challenges that hit our area in the wake of the Great Recession. So it's a great partnership, great agency, and we'll keep doing our part. And thank y'all so much for what you do. And David, thank you for what you do in the community as well, and helping mobilize and helping channel resources into just great investments of life-changing relationships and partnerships.
I've got the best job in the world, but it's cool to work on stuff like this. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thanks so much, Matt and David. You're both such great partners to the Chattanooga Area Food Bank. It's just really amazing how great the need has been, especially this year. I'm really pleased that we can do as much as we are to support our neighbors in Northwest Georgia. And with all of your help, we can do even more. So remember, bid early and often. The 9 counties in Georgia need our help, as they are some of the most food insecure in our region. Did you know the Chattanooga Area Food Bank covers 20 counties, and that's over 7,000 square miles? The need is great, and we greatly appreciate you. All right, on to the drawing. Pedro, tell us who our lucky winner is tonight. Welcome back. This night wouldn't have been possible without our presenting sponsors. We want to say a special thank you to Admin Electric and Robert Finley Stone Foundation. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you, James, for letting me fill in for you tonight. Don't miss tomorrow. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. is the Chattanooga favorite, Priscilla and Little Ricky. You would have seen them here live again, but you can still enjoy them from the comfort of your home. So don't miss it. Tune in, as well as you'll enjoy an interview with Scotty Bowman, the owner of Scotty's on the River and the Big Chill. So I'm signing off for the evening. Thanks for joining in, and please be back tomorrow.